Hello, beautiful people. This time I would like to discuss a topic that may be a little bit dark, or it's not actually dark, it is made dark by society and by our norms or by our experience, but it's actually not that dark as we think. So I would like to discuss death, but not just death, but the point of death. Let me explain. People have always been asking, what is the point of life? This is a question that has no answer to it. And we'll know that for everyone there is their own answer. If we're discussing death, does it make our lives better? Maybe, this is like a controversial question, but I think that this is a topic that people don't usually discuss just because this topic is a little bit forbidden. I don't know. People often associate death with something bad, but this is just our lives. Oh my god, does it sound so stupid? This is just something that we face every single day. Like, we constantly read the news about death. It just surrounds us everywhere, and unfortunately we have to face it sometimes. What's the point of death? Does it bring us something good? Do we just think that death is bad just because it takes people from us? So what is death? How can we describe it? Death can be described as a cessation of all biological functions of an individual, or just the end of life. Research suggests that around 10% of people have anxiety about death, and 3% of people, they're actually very, very scared. They have a huge fear about it. And I think this just explains why death means to us so much. There should be some point in it if people are scared of it that much. This percentage can be taken from people who have lost someone, or who have experienced something like this, or they had a near-death experience. So I saw a nice citation which tells that on a coffin you can see two dates: the date of your birth and the date of your death, and a line between them, a hyphen. And this hyphen is the most important thing out of these dates, because it represents your life. Why is it a nice citation? The point of death is to make this hyphen meaningful. And so during the life, you basically prepare for your death. Maybe it sounds creepy, but it is like that. Because sometimes I think about myself, am I ready to die? What do I mean by that? Of course I would not like to die soon. I'm just thinking about myself. What will I regret if I know that I'll die a few days later? And then I think that, yeah, maybe there are a few things that I regret, and these are the things that are better to correct. These are the things that make you not prepared for your death. But out of all of your life experience, all of the choices you made in your life, this is what your life consists of, and this is how you can say if you're prepared for your death or you're not prepared for your death. I just know that if I die, I know that I've taken from this life everything that I wanted. Even if I'm young, even if it's not fair, that I die soon. By the way, I'm not telling about something. I'm just, no. I'm not ready to die. I just want to explain what I feel and how I feel. And I think that we're afraid to die just because we're afraid that we've not done something important, that we've not done everything that we wanted to do. So what death can show us, how it affects people. Death is something that stops our progress. We all die in some games, and we should start the level once again. But yeah, unfortunately, or maybe not unfortunately, I don't know, we don't want to live forever. I think most of us don't want to live forever. But yes, in our lives we cannot just start our level once again. People just don't want to die because they want to do the most they can. So I think, in my opinion, the most important point of death is to show us that we're not eternal, that we're mortal, that we should do our best to be better people, to know that you will not have an eternity to do something that you really like, that you really want, and that motivates people a lot. So this is something that makes us cherish the moment. So let me just outline what I'm trying to say. So the point of death can be described as a few things. So firstly, it's a life transience. The inevitability of death emphasizes the preciousness and value of life, encouraging individuals to make the most of their time and relationships. Then we think about legacy. So many people would like to leave something behind them. They would like to make a contribution to this world, or even if it's just a little bit, and maybe it's not even a little bit, maybe it's something that seems to be unnoticeable, but in reality maybe you just make people smile more. And this is your legacy because you're making this world better. Maybe a little bit, but it's something. It's better to do something than to do nothing. Death prompts reflection on the impact one leaves behind, motivating individuals to create meaningful legacies through their actions and contributions to society. Then there is spiritual and philosophical reflection, and I will not discuss it in this video because I think it's a wide topic that deserves another video. I will just say that, yeah, some people believe that maybe there is an afterlife, and this is why they are trying to be good people, to make good actions throughout their lives, to make their afterlives better. Many belief systems and philosophical perspectives regard death as a transition to another state of existence, prompting contemplation on the nature of existence and the afterlife. Another point, as I told you, motivation for action. Death just motivates us to be the best versions of ourselves. We're not eternal, and just imagine if you were eternal, if you had an endless life, will you be hurrying to do something? Because I just think that if I had eternity, I would always tell myself, oh my god, I have another day for it. Like, why should I do it tonight or today if I have an eternity of other days? I think, don't lie to me. I think you would do the same, and you will think the same. Awareness of mortality can inspire people to pursue their goals, cherish moments, and prioritize what truly matters to them. And reminder of impermanence. Death serves as a reminder of the impermanence of life, prompting individuals to appreciate the present and make conscious choices. I think we'll understand it right now. So death just shapes how individuals perceive and live their lives. And I think the point of death makes a bigger impact on us than a point of living, because we're scared of it. And fear is one of the strongest emotions that we can experience. So there are a few coping mechanisms that help people to cope with death experience, like seeking support, embracing rituals, emotional expression, but one of them is finding meaning. So people just try to understand why it happened, what is something positive about it. This is just a great point that, yeah, we all should have a meaning to something. Also, there is a nice thought, because I think that death and life are connected, they're closely connected. And when people think that their lives are meaningful, it is because three conditions are satisfied. Firstly, they feel their existence is valued by others. Secondly, they're driven by a sense of purpose or important life goals. And third, they understand their lives as coherent and integrated. And these three things is what stops people from being afraid of death. It is something that makes people's lives valuable, and then they are not afraid to die because they know that their lives are meaningful. It is this fine line between death and life, and not because our lives can be so easily taken away, but because it is so connected, and for me there is a huge question above it all. Why are we so afraid of death if death actually helps us to live and makes our lives more vibrant? And yeah, there are some people that are not afraid to say goodbye to their lives because of their ideas. There are not many of these people around us, but it is so closely connected to death, something that you live for. This is what makes you going, it is what makes you continue what you're doing. And if you don't have it anymore, then maybe there is no point of life. There are some religions and people just believe in something that is bigger than them because it makes them not be scared of death. So when I was searching for information about this video, I actually saw a lot more information about the point of life, not the information but some thoughts of people. But in my opinion, the point of death is something that we can touch. We cannot touch it by our hands, but we can feel it. I think most of the people can feel the death. I think that I think of death daily, actually. I think that I constantly come up with some ideas of how people can die, or maybe it happens because I can see the death everywhere because it is our lives. Like, it has been like that for centuries. I don't know, in 15th century there were some tortures, and some tortures that people had fun of. It was normal. Right now death is not that normal, but it still happens daily. And the news, the social media, everywhere, I think it is hard not to think about death. But is it bad? It is usual. We scroll our feeds and we see that, oh my god, someone died in a fire. Oh my god, so bad. Oh my god. Scroll farther away from this news, because what can we do about it? Nothing. We cannot protect us from everything. And this is such a basic phrase that, yeah, we should live our life like it's our last day. I can repeat it also, but it does not work. Because people will say, oh my god, yes, you're so right, let's live our lives like it's our last day. And tomorrow you will not remember about it anymore. The only person that can make your life more meaningful and who can make you think that you should live your life like it's your last day is you. We just have to find the meaning to not be afraid of death and make your life as colorful as possible, because I think it's the only way to stop being afraid of death. There is something that we're afraid of, but not dying. We're afraid of our close people dying. Sometimes for me it's even scarier. For me it's scarier to understand that if I die, then my close people will suffer from it, not me. This is why I think we should know what we live for, and that we live for ourselves firstly, and that we are our own meaning. And this is why I'm against of people finding the meaning in another person. Because if this person is not with you anymore, then what is your life? And what do you want to bring in this life? What do you want to do if you don't have this person anymore? Does it mean that your life is pointless? Nothing is forever, basically. Some people can be a nice example to us, but it doesn't mean that these people are the meaning. The meaning is in their words, not these people. So I just want you to remember that the biggest meaning you can give is something that you think would be the best for yourself, for the world around you, and that's it. I think that's it. Yeah, I just want people to think about such global things more, to ask questions more, and to be honest. So don't tell me that, oh my god, yeah, she told me that we have to live our lives like our last day, so I will live it. No. Firstly, be honest and believe yourself when you say that. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and maybe you can share your own thoughts about it. Maybe you have experienced something that has changed your point of view about that. Maybe there is something that made you believe in afterlife, or something that made you find the meaning of your life. I would be really glad to read your comments and to know that I am surrounded by people who maybe think the same way as me, or maybe that I am wrong in something. Thank you once again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.